noise. I love that noise. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, everyone. And Laurel's already made me laugh backstage, so I don't know what this show's going to be like today. Thank you, all you guys, for being here, and welcome everyone to another News and Updates, the only event that spies on everyone in the AltSpace VR community to bring you the juicy gossip.
Karen, juicy gossip?
Yes.
Honestly, what do you think this is? The National Enquirer show for AltSpace VR? Come on, seriously. Seriously. For over 4 years, we've been bringing you the news and updates, very serious, from the AltSpace VR community and beyond. We focus on the facts, unlike most governments. I mean, other shows. Oops, sorry. The Thank you, Mark. Oh, God. Well, we are very fact-based here. We bring you the serious, hard news you need to know about AltSpace VR and the VR industry.
That guy in the slide is getting me. Okay, Laurel.
Okay.
Okay, let's be serious here. So like cows wearing VR headsets and cat litter boxes that monitor their poop habits. Come on.
Hey, those were serious and legitimate stories last week. Very serious from CES. Okay, the Consumer Electronics Show. They're serious. Hey, VR users are also animal lovers, right? Okay, we are. We love us some animals, and cows wearing VR headsets is legit. And let's
Fake
not
news.
forget, Karen, that you're the one who brought up cats wearing headsets. That's
Oh.
fake news. That's fake news.
You got me there, Laurel. A slip of the tongue, and we had cats, not cows, wearing headsets. Mark,
Yeah.
I hope you got that in the blooper reel.
I bet he did. Okay.
I bet
One
he
of these
did too.
days, we're going to get that blooper reel. Okay. So now, where were we? Yes, we bring you the facts. Facts you need to know about the metaverse, not all this made up shit. This is not made up. This is especially our
Yeah, Laurel, right now we got a slide in front of us with a cow with two headsets on. Come on.
Come on, it's true. I don't know how these cows do that. It makes zero sense. Okay, anyway, but we bring you the news from our beloved corner of the metaverse, AltSpace VR. And this show is produced by our beloved producer Mark, who seriously has a sense of humor in putting the slides together too. And he saw a need in this community for all of us to come together and know the truth, not the rumors in our AltSpace VR community. He created the news and updates show to bring you the best of what the AltSpace VR community is all about.
That's only part of the truth, Laurel. We're here because of you. And thank you, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to all our volunteers who help to keep our show running. And thank you for being here every week. If you want to join the team, we would love it. Talk to us after the show or join us on our News and Updates Discord, where we bring you the news between the shows all week long. So let's get this party started, Laurel.
Yes, now for some serious.
You lost your audio on that one, Laurel.
News. Caught. Oh man! All right. Yes, last week we brought you highlights from CES about technology with cat boxes and water dispensers that monitor the poo and the health habits of cats. And today, to start the show right in support of our animal-loving fans, we wanted to tell you that the company Ping Pong created a collar, leash, and app. This is fair play. We did cats that monitors a dog's emotions and generates reports on your phone about how your dog is feeling. Pretty soon, they too, like cows, will be wearing headsets and discussing their feelings in their own corner of the metaverse.
That's fascinating, Laurel. That's just fascinating. Did you hear about Meow Talk? It came out a couple of years ago and was recently updated. You can install it on your Android or iPhone, and when it's activated, it listens to your cat's meow and does an amazing job of translating it.
And Karen, indeed, I am very familiar with it and have used it on our cats. And I'm fascinated with what they have to say to me. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that they say, feed me. I'm on the hunt. I'm in love. And my favorite, where are you? Uh, among the more uncomfortable translations is when they announce that they're going to attack or they're in a mood to mate. That's when we leave the room.
Oh, I misread that. I thought it was in a mood to mute.
No, mate.
Okay, in
Yeah.
all seriousness, these innovations are part of the, I wish people could see my hands because they're up in the air now. But anyway, these innovations are part of the growing trend to integrate AI and immersive technologies of all kinds into our lives. We can now talk to our empty rooms and Alexa or Google responds to us. We talk to our phones and they talk back. And we can give voice commands to our computers and VR headsets. Hey, so why not talk to our pets? It's all part of our unique metaverse experience, right?
Absolutely. But let's get to some Altspace VR news while we're waiting for the rest of the immersion to literally drown us. As mentioned, over the past few weeks, the surge in the new users is here. And last week we did some estimating that anywhere from around 100 to 400,000 new people have likely entered Altspace VR since Christmas Day. Those are huge numbers. So what are ye doing to keep them here?
If you're a community helper, you know what to do. You should be staffing the info zone and campfire to meet and greet people. If you're an event host, you're opening welcoming arms to new people in your events, right? And the rest of you, hopefully, you're doing much the same to ensure new people feel comfortable and want to return. Remember, it's all about that first experience. And we also remember that all of us were new at one time, and we never, never, never should forget how that felt. So you knew what drew you into this community. And so do the same for others.
Insanity. No, no, we it's usually curiosity, and we need to answer,
Mhm.
respond to that curiosity. So, let's be welcoming. And you're the best community ever. And we hear that all the time when we go out to other places and stuff, and people say Altspace. Oh, I love Altspace. It's lovely. We are excited about an announcement that Xbox boss Phil Spencer made this past week, stating that Microsoft wants to combat bad actors, those toxic players and cheaters that make our social VR experience miserable, by developing a multi-network system that bans them across the board. If someone does something that constitutes banishment on Xbox, then they're added to a master list that is shared among other systems like PlayStation's Altspace VR, et cetera, and vice versa. Love that.
While it's a challenge without a doubt, Microsoft wants to follow the example set by Activision's Call of Duty franchise that implements a multi platform ban strategy, blocking them across all systems, not just the one they were initially banned on. It would mean Facebook, Sony, Valve, and others would have to work with Microsoft for a no-fly list of players and develop strong rules, standards, and practices to ensure that toxic players are kept under control. Complicated, but love the idea, right?
Yes. How much I think that is brilliant. I'm very gonna be hard. Gonna be hard.
Not going to be
Now,
easy.
no, having them cooperate. Some of us here in Altspace VR didn't start our social VR experiences here. Many of us started in Second Life. Rumors of Second Life's death has been going along around for years, but it is still the longest running and very much still active immersive social platform, and it thrives. Much of what we believe the metaverse will be was first developed in Second Life, including crowdsourced marketplaces and virtual economies.
Second Life founder Philip Rosedale left that project to start High Fidelity for higher quality tethered headsets. And that didn't work out the way they thought, changing to a very different virtual platform. Rosedale has returned to Second Life along with part of his team in a new deal to improve Second Life in the metaverse. Second Life launched in 2003, and some of its high profile developers came to help AltSpace VR develop in the early years. So we'll let you know when we learn more about the changes happening to our sister platform.
It's very exciting. Speaking of false rumors again, rumors of AltSpace VR's closure or being close to close continue. In some cases, we even know the source of the rumors in the community, unfortunately. Please help us shut down these rumors.
The 2017 announcement of AltSpace VR closing continues to roam around as proof. That closure literally lasted a few hours before the announcement that Microsoft had purchased AltSpace VR. AltSpace stayed open during the remodel of 2019, while others shut down due to the challenges of meeting the Oculus Store demands for inclusion. And AltSpace continues to be open for fun, socializing, amazing events, classes, workshops, and so much more.
If you're a fan, and we believe you are because you're here in our audience putting up with our craziness, please go to Steam, go to the Microsoft Store and elsewhere, and please add some positive feedback about your experience here to drown out the conspiracy theorists.
AltSpace VR is thriving, and Microsoft has amazing plans for it. We don't have all the information. We have seen the evidence of huge events like Microsoft Ignite and Developer Days hosted here, and the incredible work on the enterprise version of AltSpace VR with Microsoft Mesh and mixed reality, and the inclusion of AltSpace VR avatars and features in Microsoft Teams. AltSpace VR isn't going anywhere for a long time, so please help us stop the naysayers and whiners.
Amen. Here's another hint that AltSpace VR is doing just fine. BlackRock Creative, BRCVR, formerly known as BlackRock City, and part of the Burning Man experience, is hiring. They're looking for moderators and event production support for commercial events in AltSpace VR as well as other places. Trust me, I've talked to them and they have some huge clients lined up. We're talking lots and lots of money, folks. It's very exciting what they're doing. They need people in all time zones. We've posted the link to the application in our news and updates Discord under AltSpace VR news and events. If you are looking for a job in the metaverse, here's a good place to start. Don't need a whole lot of skill and talent. If you can moderate, got a good patient personality, and you want to have some fun, go check it out. Karen, you're muted.
Okay, I was thinking about that earlier as I was reading through the script, and I thought, all of us here in the metaverse, whether we're retired, working, students, whatever, everybody has an opportunity here financially. We're pioneers, and there's so many opportunities available now, and there's going to be a lot
Absolutely.
more opening up in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, last week, we reported on what we know about the next Facebook Meta Oculus headset, and the rumors continue to fly. We also reported on some of the political and commercial challenges facing Facebook Meta. And this week was Let's All Sue Facebook Meta Week.
This was exhausting to cover. Yesterday,
Yep.
the US FTC, Federal Trade Commission, announced an investigation into Meta's VR unit for anti-competitive business practices and behaviors. According to the Bloomberg News, the FTC and several state attorneys are interviewing third-party developers to determine if Meta interfered unfairly in competition and unfairly underpriced the Quest headset to also undermine the competition.
For several years, reports of apps being delisted from the store without reason or threatened to be delisted is very commonplace. There are strong allegations that Meta stole ideas without proper compensation. This is one of the many reasons why former AltSpace VR community developer Shane has been so incredibly successful with the app SideQuest that helps people sideload apps onto their Quest and bypass the store.
There's also a probe into the $400 million deal to buy Supernatural's development studio, and other antitrust lawsuits in their acquisition of WhatsApp and Instagram, and other antitrust and unfair competition lawsuits have also arisen recently.
The coalition of state attorneys filed an antitrust complaint against Google as well, claiming Facebook colluded with Google in programmatic and markets and more unfair business practices. Expect to hear more about the collaborative project codenamed Jedi Blue as more news comes out.
Now, it's not just here in the States. Meta was also hit with a $3.2 billion class action suit over alleged exploitation of over 44 million, I think that number needs to be higher, UK Facebook users claiming their data was exploited in violation of competition laws. They claim that Meta is exploiting users by taking their personal data without properly compensating them for the taking and for the use. They're seeking 2.3 billion pounds, is what it converts to, compensation in damages to UK users. And if they get it, once the lawyers take their share, okay, don't look to become a millionaire overnight if they win this. It'll be somewhere around $50 or 35 pounds, more or less each. Honestly, I think my personal data is worth more than that one-time payout, don't you?
Mhm. There are big lawsuits confronting Facebook Meta, but there are smaller ones that could result in dramatic changes for Quest users. Mark Redmond of California bought a Quest for his son for Christmas of 2020. It stopped working right away and the controller won't connect. He sent in a support ticket for help. They ignored him.
It took months to get any form of response. He just wanted his money back. They offered credit. He contacted the Better Business Bureau and found out that hundreds of users in California have filed similar complaints with the Better Business Bureau. Seems that Facebook has an F rating by the National Organization for Lousy Customer Support. Karen, muted.
Oops. Okay, I'm back. I'm just clearing my throat. He filed a small claims lawsuit against them for $500. Unfortunately, the lawsuit couldn't be served as the address of Facebook registered with the state of California is no longer valid and hasn't been for 3 years. So the Secretary of State served court papers for him, and Facebook has now hired a very huge and expensive San Francisco law firm to keep the case out of court. Now that the state is involved and California's stringent laws for right of repair and defending consumer rights, it will be interesting to see where this case goes. We'll keep you updated.
Now, why are we bringing you all of this legal action news? First, it's hard to separate AltSpace VR from the headsets that we use to access it, right? What happens to
Mhm.
them impacts us. Second, if these suits go through, Facebook Meta is going to have to pull this money out of their pocket because they can't pull it from nowhere and pay the bill. They're going to charge us for the privilege of their misdeeds.
Not great news here. We already know that the Quest is way underpriced, subsidized by the income generated from the use of our private data and advertising revenues, along with income from the sale of apps. It's likely that this support would discontinue and the cost of headsets would rise to their actual cost plus profit, likely anywhere from 500 to 800 for the lowest intro device. That would price many out of the VR sandbox.
If the privacy violation suit goes through, it could also be a major game changer. We access Facebook for free, and it is assumed that we do so at the cost of our privacy and our private data. This could mean that Facebook Meta will charge for access to make up for the lost revenue and pay the fine. So making this process even more expensive.
These suits and fines don't happen in a vacuum. Microsoft could be next, and HP, HTC, and others. That may include Microsoft. Our personal habits represent trillions of dollars in income to them, so not sure what will happen when this settles in a few years. And we will be here to report on the news that does matter so much to all of us.
Now, speaking of privacy, when was the last time you actually read the terms of service for AltSpace VR? Oh, come on, it's good reading. 3 years ago, one of our community members hosted a series of very long events reading word for word the terms of service to help people understand it. No, there was some wonderful stuff in that. That was good, crazy ass times. We have highlighted many of the parts and pieces in both the terms of service as well as the community standards over the years and shared them with you here on the show. Now, a new bill is making its way through the US, which could come to your country at any time, called the TLDR Act.
TLDR means too long, didn't read. And it's an appropriate acronym for the Terms of Service Labeling, Design, and Readability Act. The TLDR Act, if passed, would require those long, unreadable terms of service to feature a summary that outlines the specifics of consumer data being collected and whether it's necessary to collect it in the first place.
I like this idea. Companies will need to do this in simple terms and include a graphic diagram, go for the visuals, to show you how our data is being used and shared with third parties, as well as all the legal liabilities. Like so many of these really good ideas that actually protect citizens, it's likely not to see the light of day as businesses push back on this, but we can dream.
Absolutely. So it appears that the chip shortage and other complications are definitely delaying the Quest 3 and Cambria project. News was out this week that it is likely that the new VR headset will arrive in 2023, disappointing many of you. As mentioned last week, Oculus developed Quest 2 to last longer than the previous models with software and firmware updates, some of which we will bring you later in the show. So be patient as the whole world struggles to maintain the economic flow of supplies with the ongoing pandemic, and treat your Quest 2 with a lot of TLC.
Don't throw it across the room, no matter how much you want to. Which I did with my controllers the other day. It was an accident. Apple has been
It's
teasing.
always an accident.
I know it is. Apple's been teasing with their VR AR headset for several years, announcing it will be AR only, and then both, and then back to AR only. Who knows what it's going to be in the end? But yesterday, they announced that the headset is reportedly overheating, and it's back to the drawing board, delaying the potential release until deeper into 2023. It's not just suffering from overheating, but the cameras and the software are having trouble staying on track, and it clearly needs more work.
Sometimes we wonder why they just can't go back to inserting the phone into the headset. Today's phones are so sophisticated and more powerful and capable than they were with the first Samsung S7 slipped into the first Oculus Gear and Google Daydream headsets, and much lighter. If they design a beautiful and comfortable headset holder, why not? Sometimes developers forget that humans got to the moon with humans doing all the calculations without computers. Of course, it took them forever. Sometimes simpler is better.
Actually, it took them less time than it did with the James Webb telescope. And that had massive computers.
True. Good point, Laurel.
Back to other headset news. Steam VR Beta has been updated to play nicer with Quest headsets. And y'all know you can do AltSpace on Steam as well as in Microsoft Store if you're in 2D, as well as you can play it through the Steam Store or on the Oculus Store. So Quest represents nearly 44% of all the headsets on Steam. This new update is very welcome. Last year's update improved wired and wireless Quest headset reliability, and this new update checks to see if the Quest headset is connected to the user's computer and to start the Oculus Link on their headset. Seems like a little detail, but for those who love playing Steam games on your headset, this is a great fix.
Absolutely. Now, Application Space Warp, or App SW, was announced at Meta's Connect 2021, but you likely didn't hear much about it as it was drowned out in the name change announcement. App SW allows developers to get their larger, more visually detailed PC VR games onto Quest hardware with fewer performance and development sacrifices than in the past. It's a gateway to more powerful games. The first game using this new feature is Space Warp, and it's expected to be a groundbreaker. Now, what does this mean for AltSpace VR and Microsoft? It could mean higher resolutions and quality for world building and game apps for Quest Link users.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Sure
It's
would.
a step. It's a step. We mentioned that Quest's recent update includes alerts to let you know when someone or something is passing through your Guardian Zone. I just experienced yesterday morning having my cat walk through. Bizarre looking little toothpicks with lights on them showed up as the cat walked through. I was like, what is this? Okay, alien has walked through. I'm on a quest. But anyway, they've announced the next level update to actually map your homes in VR. This was announced earlier last year. They've now stepped it up. And as we reported then, working with the early releases, you may define a room with walls and ceiling and add furniture and more. They're also working on making this a mixed reality experience so you and others can take turn playing in your various play spaces together. I have to clean my room first.
Me too.
We posted these details. Please clean your room before making it mixed reality. Please do. I feel like a parent all of a sudden. We posted details about how to do this in our VR news channel on the News and Updates Discord.
Yeah, but you know what? If we quit spending so much time in VR, maybe we'd have time to clean, right?
Oh, I resemble that remark.
So Beat Saber lovers, get excited. There's a new block type coming. We're not sure when, but hints are out that a block that may be sliced into segments, creating a curve, are on their way. It's going to be hard for me. Many are calling them sliders. They've been in development for a long time, but likely coming to new songs and not offered in existing songs.
And we have some sad and happy news for console game lovers. Due to chip shortages, Sony announced that they are going to produce more PS4s due to the shortage of the PS5 consoles to ensure players can keep. Microsoft announced that they are also no longer manufacturing Xbox One consoles, forcing users to the X series.
There's still Series S consoles available, but when they run out, they will concentrate only on the Xbox X series. The Xbox series has never supported VR, although some people have managed to hack it to play VR as it is set up for it in the software, I believe. Many experts in the industry are worried that Microsoft is letting Sony take the lead. So we'll be watching for you to bring you the news.
How many PlayStation and Xbox users are out here? Come on, I know that Mark, our producer, is a major one. There's Lance, and yeah. And welcome everyone. Please
Quite a
send up
few.
hearts and welcome all of those in room 2. So they all know they are not
welcome,
alone.
room 2. We're
Welcome.
with you. Hearts, many, many hearts are going up for those in room 2.
Yay. Yay. Now, we have a little more technology news before we move on to world building and AltSpace VR's events. I know you're all waiting for it, but this, we couldn't let this slide by. Looking at the latest technology news, and this impacts, excuse me, this impacts all of us. Have you heard of Ultra RAM? A research team at Lancaster University in the UK has invented the of RAM and SSD storage to deliver an ultra fast version of RAM that doesn't dump data when turned off. This is groundbreaking. This would make not only computers, phones, laptops, tablets, our headsets faster, more responsive, and an incredible improvement for VR headsets, especially wireless units. Ultra RAM could store files without being fed power to preserve the memory storage. That's huge. I'm so excited. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, and
It'll be
it's nice to get
years,
some
but it's on the right track.
it's nice to get some good news amid the negative news that we
Amen.
reported earlier.
Yes.
So in other semi VR news, Netflix has announced that as of yesterday, all their plans are going up in the US and likely to raise everywhere else in the world. Most of the price hikes are about $1 to help them compete with other streaming services and purchase more shows. With their own Netflix studio turning out some amazing award winning content and the new inclusion of games as part of the package, as well as a Netflix VR watching app, the next few years are going to be interesting and we are paying for it. You know, that
Mm-hmm.
Netflix watching app, they've always had a VR app.
Mm-hmm.
So this must be like a kind of a redesign or
No,
I don't
they
know.
they still have the app. It's just going to be there's going to be more content, and we are hoping that now that they're carrying games, the games are
Hmm.
kind of stupid. We're hoping that through the VR app, they'll put the games in there for VR games through Netflix. That's what we're
Mm,
hoping for. We'll
wouldn't that
see.
be
Wouldn't that be
cool?
cool? Oh,
That would
very
be
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, one-stop shop, man. Now, we also want to take a moment with some serious stuff. We say serious, we don't mean, this is serious. We want to send out all of our good thoughts and concerns to those of us in North America and parts of Europe that are suffering from extreme winter conditions. We just heard from Stands with Trees that it's negative, I think he said negative 30
Hmm.
in southern Ontario right now. That's Celsius. I don't even know how to convert that number into something Fahrenheit. It's freaking cold, dangerously so. And there's more bad weather in that regard coming with terrible freezing temperatures and storms, leaving many without electricity, sometimes for days.
Our hearts go out to our AltSpace VR members in South America, in particular Argentina. The country, already struggling with a third year of COVID and lack of adequate testing, hospital care, and treatments, is suffering with extreme heat temperatures with their summer right now. Buenos Aires reached a heat wave ground temperature above 129 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 54 Celsius, and about 107 Fahrenheit and 42 Celsius air temperatures, made more miserable with widespread electrical blackouts.
It's just heartbreaking. So our hearts go out to everyone who knows somebody or is living in those areas that are part of our community and otherwise. Now, this part is really heartbreaking. Reports of AltSpace VR members now getting COVID. It's just,
Mm.
it's absolutely heartbreaking, and it is rising at an alarming rate with first time and repeat infections. People have been safe for 2 years now catching Delta, or they're succumbing to Omicron. It is so highly contagious that experts are predicting that unless we change our behavior to protect ourselves and each other, everyone, they use that word, will have COVID by March of this year. Please know that
Jeez.
it's and it's
Mm.
I just read in the news that in Europe, 3 to 5 year old up to 11 and to 14-year-olds, it's kind of a wide range in there, throughout much of Europe are being hit sometimes the hardest, and kids are filling up hospitals all over the world. So whoever said kids could be immune, I want to do something bad to
Mm.
them. Please know that Omicron is now being mistaken for the flu by those with multiple vaccinations and boosters. Mild for most, but miserable and life threatening for those who are unvaccinated.
Wow. Hospitals in North America and around the world are nearing capacity again, and there isn't enough staff as many are down from Omicron, Delta, and many still from long COVID. Please wear a KN95 or surgical N95 with a filtered cloth mask over it, adding multiple layers of protection. Make sure that the mask has a tight seal around your nose and mouth so that no outside air can get in and your breath can't get out to potentially infect others. It's a simple thing that protects you and those you love.
As usual, we bring you the news from around the Altspace VR community every week and in between. The news you need to know to enjoy our beautiful metaverse that already exists. It's not an illusion. It's here. We're creating it now. Join us for our on our news and updates Discord for updates and related news that you can use to ensure you to keep updated on what's going on within our own AltSpace VR meta galaxy within the larger and ever-growing metaverse.
In December, the Blender Foundation released Blender 3.0. If you're not familiar with Blender, you should be. It is an open source free 2D and 3D content creation tool that many use to create amazing sculptures, artwork, buildings, kit items, templates, you name it, and import them through Unity into AltSpace VR. If you haven't updated, do so and let us know what you think of the new version.
Now, at a world building event this week, 2 people expressed concern that AltSpace was closing. Again, these are rumors started by some of those negative loving people who just want to blame the lack of world building improvements as some sort and the features as some sort of a sign. Really? Where have you been over the last year?
Please note that AltSpace VR developers spent much of the last 2 years working hard to improve world building for world builders. We have the amazing ERP and linear color space features of Unity that no other VR events or social platform has embraced yet. We have a new Unity uploader and the ability for world builders to share kits with the community through the AltSpace VR webpage interface, and so many other small and large improvements. It's amazing, and we can barely keep up.
So help all of us by listening to these naysayers out of kindness and then disagreeing with these negative naysayers in our community. Let's celebrate what we have here. We can build thousands of worlds of any size free with free world building tools and techniques. We have an amazing community that supports and helps each other free of charge, willingly, often going above and beyond the call of duty. So please be kind to each other and help us keep AltSpace VR community a joyous one, and down with the naysayers.
Yes, very well said, Laurel. So the Educators in VR World Builders team hosted another introduction to world building tours last week. And this week, they're hosting an open discussion on Wednesday exploring the new economy of world building in the metaverse and how we can use it now and prepare for it in the future.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Oh.
And Educators in VR's world building team hosted another introduction to world building tours. Wait a minute, that's not it. We will be
discussing
how Second Life. See, yeah, there's all right. It's a little rewinding. Okay, we will be discussing how Second Life and others. I know have they developed their early virtual commerce and marketplace, and what will it look like for us in the future? We have some expert world builders will be sharing their thoughts and insights to help us learn more about how this new metaverse works and what it'll look like. So please come join us, and we'll be discussing job opportunities in the metaverse as well, and you'd be really surprised what kind of jobs are actually out there. It's really fascinating.
And also get ready for World Builders for Wednesday, January 26th. Educators in VR's world building team is hosting their first World Builders Social, bringing world builders together to network and discuss what they're doing with all aspects of their world building skills. We hope to see all of you there.
And for more information on world building news and events, check out the News and Updates Discord, and be sure to also join the AltSpace VR official Discord if you haven't, to discuss world building tips, techniques, get the help you need. They even have a whole channel dedicated to dealing with shaders, one of the most difficult things to deal with in world building. Now it is time for our Discord tip of the week. Okay, I tried this a little bit. Okay. Anyway, Discord is our Discord tip of the week. Okay, no, that doesn't work either. All right. This is Discord is our back
voice. Singing voice.
It's time for the no, that won't work either. Okay. Discord is our back channel communication tool used by AltSpace VR for events, and all kinds of different groups across the Altspace community. Our Discord tip of the week is especially for those that are using Discord chat in Altspace VR.
Discord allows you to adjust the volume level for Rich. Pay attention to this, okay? Because you're the audio person. You can help me with it later. Sometimes he edges out. So.
Rich,
Discord
wake up! We got to put a Rich wake up into our script from time to time. And you go, wake up, Rich. Okay.
So Discord allows you to adjust the volume level for input and output for yourself, as well as the per user volume controls when on the voice chat. But did you know that you can control Discord and Altspace VR volumes independently?
The Altspace VR event moderators and groups use the Discord voice chat to stay connected in an event or a multi-world situation, which is usually an event. This means that you have both Altspace VR and Discord in your ears. Trust me, it's a talent and a skill to manage that.
Yeah, tell me about it. You've got to be a multitasker, which I'm not.
You do. Now what we're showing you first is what's here on the screen is the dark version, is the Windows 11 volume mixer. In a moment, you're going to see the Windows 10 version right there that has the light background. It's the old-fashioned looking, almost DOSy looking version, but they both work.
If you're running both in 2D, use the Windows Sound Volume Mixer to adjust the sound levels for Altspace VR and Discord. You can even make a keyboard shortcut to the Windows sndvol.exe file to access the volume mixer faster to adjust the sound levels. Don't forget that when you hang up in Discord, you need to change the sound level for Altspace VR.
I can't tell you how many times I've done this after producing a big event, and then I come in and I'm going, speak up louder, aren't you on megaphones? Because I haven't fine-tuned it. So remember that little last note was from me. So if you're now, another way that people do is they use Discord on their phone, and they use an earbud, or they screw it in their ear on one ear and have Altspace through their headset or whatever on the other. And life is much easier with that. Just adjust the bloody volume on the computer or the phone or the headset of the phone, whichever one you're in. If you're using the virtual desktop with the Discord overlay, just check the audio settings so that you can manually adjust them right inside there. And trust me, if you get into it, serious moderation, this will save your life. It's beautiful. And your hearing.
Yeah, the hearing's important. So are our lives, I guess, too. Okay, so we're inventive and determined around here for integrating Discord into our Altspace VR experiences. If you have a tip for us on Discord, or you wish to share your events, worlds, or news with us, join our News and Updates Discord. We stream out to Twitch and YouTube weekly, and we love sharing your Altspace VR news.
All right, now it's time for the Altspace VR events. We need good sound effects. All right, immediately after the show, I'm going to risk life and limb, and I'm going to be co-hosting the popular and long-running Improv Night with Stevie. Now that Shoseki's on short break, and there'll be other special guest hosts stepping in for the rest of his time. But we'll be there to entertain the contestants in the audience. So get ready. I'm going to be leaving this event to go to Improv Night, and you're going to want to join us, I think. Stevie, I'm not sure. I pray for some success.
Just stand in the back and don't let Laurel see you.
Yeah.
Right, Laurel?
Yes. Oh, Stevie, we're going to have fun. Stevie and I have known each other since I think God was invented. So get ready. And it's going to be an amazing night tonight. And it's always a packed event. So get there right away.
Failed to Render continues to make news and fill up this amazingly popular comedy event. Monday is the open night mic. Tuesday is the East Coast show, and Wednesday is the Noir Night. Thursday brings us the Anchor Show, the original comedy club event with some of the best and new comedians. And Friday is the West Coast show. Check out one or all for a great time.
Simulation Nation hosts an interview with the host and founder of Failed to Render on Tuesday. To discuss the comedy action and process of streaming AltSpace VR with Microsoft Mesh and went into the real world, and from the real world into AltSpace VR, in addition to all of their wild and crazy events that they host regularly.
We are so excited about the new Educators in VR theater team. Their event this past week was eye-opening for world builders, event hosts, and more. The theater team includes members producing state-of-the-art productions across multiple platforms in the metaverse, and the discussion revealed the amazing lengths in programming and experimentation that these people have done to just not create theater in VR, but push the boundaries to invent new methods of performance and art. Wednesday is their next event, a social, a chance to network with these amazing people and bring your expertise and experiences to share with them.
Honestly, I've done some serious advanced stuff in VR. I was gobsmacked at what these people were talking about and the lengths that they have gone. It's very exciting. You want to be a part of this, trust me. Black Sands karaoke is becoming more and more popular as they take on karaoke with some R&B and hip hop karaoke. Anyone who does hip hop karaoke, got to be impressive because that's fast moving lips. And it's going to rattle your cages in this adult event on Wednesday.
The Pagans in VR event team is hosting several special events this week, including a full moon ritual and an hour with the amazing mystic Neowitch. She's served as a pagan minister and practiced for over 30 years, including serving as minister for correctional facilities, a task few embrace. She'll be sharing her thoughts and expertise on how to overcome the obstacles in our lives, go more with the flow of the universe, and tap into its magic. Whether you're spiritual or not, expect this to be a wonderful session.
Now, as a reminder, when greeting new people or bringing friends and family, you can convince them. Don't forget to stop in at AltSpace VR 101. Lance's new presentation space is spectacular, but it is the basics and answering questions that make all the difference in welcoming people to AltSpace VR. And Lance and Stands with Trees are doing amazing jobs, but they also need help. So get involved. So do not forget, every Thursday is the Spanish language version with Gabriela and Karen.
Yay! If you're a community helper and you'd like to become more involved, or even if you're not a community helper and you want to become more involved, join an AltSpace VR 101 event and talk to the event hosts and moderators to learn how you can learn more and help these events grow and evolve. Many event hosts now running huge shows here in AltSpace VR started with the AltSpace VR 101 program.
Now, Educators in VR's VR researchers have been developing a unique educational program to introduce educators, students, and researchers to techniques in how to research in and with VR. Check out their intro session on more. It's so fascinating to see all the ways that VR is being used for research, medical, science, psychology, business, and just simply researching teaching techniques in VR. Wow. Okay. That's a whole lot of news. And
it sure is.
A few of the highlights of the events this week. There are so many of them, I don't even know how we can keep up with all of them.
Indeed. So check out the channels to find the events to tickle your fancy and amuse your spirit.
And if you don't see something that interests you, start your own event. Come on, use your skill and your creativity and bring people, look for other people, bring them together. Start your own event. Let us know about it in the News and Updates Discord, and you may find it shared here. The creativity in event hosting is, and all the different event types, is amazing, and we want to see you share your talents, build a community, build a tribe.
We do our best to bring you the highlights from this ever-growing community, and we are so glad you are here to share it with us. It's a new year. Oh,
nope.
sorry.
For that's all. It is a new year. That is all for this week's news and updates. Thank you for joining us here every single week and for celebrating. Over 4 years we've been doing this, bringing you the news and updates, and it never gets boring. I mean, we have amazing news for you in Altspace, such an exciting community to share this with you for over 4 years, and we're so thrilled that we could connect with you here today.
When news you need to know happens, we share it in our news and updates Discord, so you get the news through the clutter of information. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news in and around Altspace.
We do this for free. We are not Altspace VR employees. We are just bonkers about Altspace and just bonkers in general. Our team works hard every week to gather the news and information to keep our community up to date with everything that's going on here in Altspace.
Thank you for being here every week to share the latest updates from in and around the Altspace VR community. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with past episodes and more about Altspace VR events, projects, news, and community activities. This is a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderators, and help us put this show together every single week.
And it needs you. If you would like to join our team, please let us know after the show. The volunteering opportunities literally are endless. This of you to be a part of it.
Thanks to all of our news and updates volunteers and moderators who help make this event such a success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So with these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world. We love you guys.
Now I'm heading to improv night, and I hope to see you all there. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Lorel.